Witchcraft is a dangerous art to use, being how you use it, you can cause devastating problems for another individual, being different types of witchcraft. There are many types that are concealed behind closed doors that even the majority of witchcraft users don't know or can conceive that is possible. Being the one type of witchcraft which can cause major problems to an individual is the ringing of the ear, which is not tendinitis. Being tendinitis, being the placement of where the ring is you can identify if it's witchcraft and or if it is tendinitis and or some other underlying reason why your ear is ringing. That one can cause you a major headache, being the type of decibel that it can reach, being the decimos amount. It can actually ring to a high frequency, which can irritate the ear and cause you an excruciating headache. Another one is an enchantment that they use in noses. Now, this one is hard to believe, but they can actually take your nose hairs and do some kind of enchantment on it to where they can actually cast a sound from one place to another onto your nose. Now this sounds like something that's crazy. Even me, if you would have talked to me about this 4 or 5 years ago, I would think it was insane. I would look at you and be like, I need to look at all the evidence and study everything I can before I come to a conclusion and say you're crazy, because I wouldn't even believe these things are true. But when people are rooting through your trash 24/7 and stealing everything from you and trying to use every type of witchcraft spell on you, we know that they do exist, being witchcraft laws, as if the Salem witch hunt, being Witch Duck River, Witch Duck Road. Witches were drowned because they were hurting other individuals. Being all around the world, the British recognize witchcraft as something that is dangerous and have laws in place. Tell me, riddle me this. If somebody passes a law 2 years ago and says this, does that mean because it's 2 years past, it's no longer a law? So being that there was a law invented in the 1630s to the 1730s recognizing that there is a law against witchcraft and or further after that, there's other laws in place, you can know that it can be very painful depending what you use on another individual. And witchcraft, you don't know that it's witchcraft, so how do you identify it if you go to another individual and they want to say it's tendinitis or it's something else or it's something natural because of the body when it's actually witchcraft induced? How do you go to somebody and say, hey, somebody's casting witchcraft on me and or using sorcery on me, but you don't believe that it exists, but there's laws all over the place and arrests by Crime Stoppers all over the United States, by the FBI, CIA, all over the world, Canada? Anywhere you go, Saudi Arabia actually has a unit to protect people against people that use witchcraft on them. Me, I've been under attack of this witchcraft for about 3-4 years now, and they collect all my trash everywhere I go. Now this sounds something like a science fiction, and or it sounds like something out of a movie. But I assure you that this is why I'm explaining my mentality and thought, because there's nothing wrong with me. It's just that people are attacking me, and I'm aware of it because they tell me that what they're doing to me when I pass them by with one-liners. I'm not hallucinating. I don't do that type of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with my mind. I'm a very sound thinker. And I know that this individual just will never stop, and he keeps doing it because he's a sadist and he gets off on it. And there's a collective many that's helping him gather my things so he can cause more damage to me, so I can't get ahead in life. And then on top of which, hacking everything that I own, everything that I have. I hardly got to use. My website was damaged. Everything that I was trying to accomplish in life by trying to take myself higher on the pyramid got stopped because other individuals were bribing other individuals to do heinous things onto me. This is why I'm in the situation that I'm in, because you people are willing to take bribes and you're letting another person witchcraft me to death. And you just won't stop. And all of you that are listening to this, you'll do your investigative work if you don't believe me, because you'll hear my other words, and then you will believe me, and then you'll watch for your own stuff. But the other ones that know that about it, you don't understand. You've never had all this stuff on you before. And I can identify it because you told me what you were doing to me. If you never told me, I would be thinking it's the other things. But I know it's the things that you're doing to me, and it's not natural occurrence. Because I'm not an idiot. I was an idiot. And then I course corrected myself when I figured everything out what was going on. We can all be stupid sometimes. Can you identify it when you are? Will you admit to it? I do. If I'm a dumbass, I'll admit when I'm a dumbass. Now, this is where I might lose some of you, but if you're here this far after listening to everything, what they were doing to me, given the deep state, you're going to believe everything I say as I go further with my teachings. So please take what I teach you and use it for heart, and use it for other people to make their hearts start. Don't hurt other individuals, I beg of you. If you learn anything from me and it takes you further in your career, pass that along good for somebody else. Don't hurt them. It's not good to do that, because there's always repercussions for your actions, either whilst you're living in the flesh or whilst doing after you die. You have to understand there's laws to everything, fundamental properties, there's protocols and procedures in place for all things the way they're created. And you can't break them, and when you do, it's like the periodic table of the new atoms that they have at the bottom. They're not stable because they have no functionality purpose to the world. So they're not going to be stable long, and they're going to break apart because they shouldn't exist. Because they don't make up anything. You force it together in an artificial room on a different temperature and pressure level than what is natural. And then once that breaks apart, that atom doesn't exist anymore. All of you need to understand that I'm not a fool. And I understand these past 3 or 4 years of what's been going on, and I've been tolerating everything. And I can't catch the individual that's doing this to me. I hired a private investigator. He didn't do all his work. All he did is give me a name for one apartment. I paid $325. But a real investigator would have given me a picture. Said he didn't have a driver's license. There's other ways to find photos. I don't understand why all of you don't collectively understand that I understand what's going on around me, no matter if there's a million of you saying, duh, 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 duh. And I'm saying, left, left, right, right. Don't go left again or you're going to fall off the cliff. I know that I'm making sense, and all of you aren't making sense. And it doesn't matter how many there are of you. I know what is true or not because I don't lie to myself like most people do.